Hey guys, welcome back to Maverick Watch Reviews. Now I think I have found the cheapest atomic solar G-Shock you can buy. I'm really stoked because this watch has an absolute ton of features for the money. Anyway, here we go. Today we have the G-Shock 200 meter atomic solar quartz, and this is model number GWM500A-1. And as usual, we're gonna open this thing up, look at all the features and functions, check out the build quality, and then I'll let you know what I think of the cheapest atomic solar G-Shock you can buy. Also, make sure you check out my Amazon channel for all of my favorite watches that I've reviewed on this channel, and be sure to visit my Teespring merch store and pick yourself up a t-shirt or a mug. I'll make sure to put both of those links in the description field for you. So here you go. Obviously, this is the watch sans box, and I'll show you why. This is how the watch arrived to me from Amazon. It arrived in like a pouch, not even an Amazon box. So the watch box just got beat all to hell. Look at this thing. Anyway, I'm probably going to send it back and get a replacement because I like to keep the boxes and stuff. Anyway, there you go. All right. Obviously, it comes on this little display stand, I mean. And down here, you get all your manuals, your warranty stuff. I don't want to take that stuff out because it's kind of a pain in the butt to get it back in there. But anyway, there you go. And here is the watch. Now, it's not, exactly a stunning design. It's kind of, generic. But what you get for the money is the main deal with this watch. I mean, $66, guys. Now, I think on Casio's website, these go for $120, I believe. Anyway, on Amazon, $66 for atomic, for solar, and for 200 meters water resistance. Again, not going to win any design awards, not super, unique or anything like that. It's got a couple of flaws, nothing major, but man, I really, really like this watch. Really only for what for the reason that you get so much for your money. So let's go ahead and go over the specs. We'll, dive a little deeper in this thing. You're looking at a 46 millimeter. Now they say it's a resin case, but guys, this feels like stainless steel to me. I swear I think it's a stainless steel case. Either that or it's the heaviest, best looking, fake metal case I have ever seen from G-Shock. I think it's metal, man. I really do. Anyway, 46 millimeter resin or stainless steel case. It's 16 millimeters thick. It's 48 millimeters lug to lug. It's on a 21 millimeter resin strap. It does have a mineral crystal. It's water resistant to 200 meters, which of course is 660 feet. It's got the 3405 Casio movement inside with a 9-month power reserve. Of course, it's not windable. It is hackable. You've got the date down there at 6 o'clock. You've got the day at 6 o'clock. It doesn't have a crown, but it does have pushers at 2, 4, 8, and 10. You've got the button operation tone, which is on or off. So whenever you press a button, it'll make a little beep, or you can have it where it's totally silent. You've got a power save function. You've got a battery level indicator right there at where I guess what 12 o'clock would be. You've got an auto calendar until 2099. You got 4 regular alarms and 1 snooze alarm. You've got a countdown timer, a chronograph, 12 or 24 hour time formats, an EL backlight with an auto feature. So when you tilt the watch 15 degrees, that light comes on, and I'll show you that a little bit later. And of course, it doesn't have a bezel. It's just kind of like a fixed bezel. So you get a ton of features for your money. This would be a great watch for somebody going in the military. This will be a great watch for a graduate. I mean, it's just a fantastic watch for the money. I know I've said that probably 3 or 4 times now, but I can't get over how much you're getting for what you're paying. So anyway, so let's go ahead and go over some of the things. Let's go over what I don't like about the watch. There's really only a couple things. One, the hour LCD segment, I think, is either a little too big. The actual LCD segment itself is a little tiny bit too big, or more than likely, this sub-dial over here, what is it? I guess it's about 10 o'clock. This sub-dial is a little bit too big for me because it cuts off that hour LCD segment just a smidge. You can see the top of the 6 kind of disappears underneath that sub-dial up there. So that's one thing. What is the other thing? These 2 sub-dials, I guess at 12 and 1, they are tiny. And you need a magnifying glass to see what those segments represent when they're lit up. In fact, let me go ahead and put up a picture and let me show you what they actually look like. So it shows, daylight savings time. Is the signal on? The auto, EL light, is that on? What else? There's a couple other features. The power save function, is that on? Anyway, you can see them better because I've had to take a picture, and this picture took me like 15 tries to get it right. But those are what now the middle one is easy. That's just your battery level indicator. But this one over here, it's got like 4 or 5 different functions that are really, really hard to see. Now, when you look at it close up, you'll kind of memorize whenever that segment is lit up, you'll memorize what that means. But man, just to the naked eye, they're nearly impossible to decipher just because the printing and the actual subdial are tiny, just absolutely tiny. Now, the rest of the LCD face is great. You got multiband 6, you've got tough solar, you got shock resist down here, water resistant 20 bar, which is 200 meters. Big, huge LCD time right there. A nice size LCD date and day of the week right there. You got your running seconds right here next to the minute LCD segment, as well as a visual representation. Another one over here was, I guess, about 10 o'clock. And you can kind of configure this watch the way you want. So let's go ahead and just kind of cycle through what you have. Actually, let's talk about the rest of the watch. Again, I really do think this is possibly metal. I mean, it just feels like metal, man. Anyway, and there's also 3 different models of this, and I'll talk about those later. They have this one, GWM500A-1, the all-black IP-coded GWM530A-1, and then they say, again, it's like a tan and resin case with a stainless steel bracelet, and that's the MTGM900DA-8. So basically, they're all within about $20 or $30 of each other, this being the cheapest of all 3 of them. Just, man, just a fantastic watch for what you're getting. But anyway, let's talk about, like I said, the rest of the watch. Again, I think this is metal. I might be wrong. Either that or it's the best faux metal I've ever seen in my entire life. Kind of, you know, slightly recessed pushers, which I would expect from a G-Shock. Nothing too fancy, basically all brush surfaces. You have a little bit of polish on the inner, kind of like at that inner bezel right there. But everything else is pretty much brush. You do have a really shiny electroluminescent button right here with the G-Shock logo on it. Strap, really nice, kind of has a little texture to it. I do like on the end of the strap that has this little hook. See that little hook right there? That helps it stay within the keeper. Just a little added security on your wrist. You got the G-Shock branded keeper there. Let's go ahead and open this thing up. Okay, not a branded buckle. I thought this might maybe say G-Shock on it. Not a branded buckle though. Pretty cool. Probably says stainless steel on the back. Let me see. Yep. Or actually it does say Casio on the back. Most of the time these will say stainless steel. If they don't have the manufacturer on the front, they'll say stainless steel on the back. But I think Casio has a lot of these that have just the word Casio on the back of the buckle. Really nice strap. Pretty comfortable. A little bit stiff. You know, this is going to take a little bit of getting used to. A little bit of, you know, wear in time. Wear this few weeks. This will get a little more supple, a little softer. You can also see these segments right there. I call that snakeskin. And that's basically to kind of lock the strap in place when you put it on your wrist, as well as that little hook right there. So this thing isn't going anywhere when you put it on your wrist. Case back, typical G-Shock laser etch case back with 4 screws right there. You know, it gives you some information, the module number, G-Shock resist, water resistance, made in China, yada, yada, yada. Y'all seen this a million different times. So that's basically kind of, you know, what the watch looks like. Now this right here, I was really intrigued. I thought, you know, at first glance, you would think this might be some sort of infrared sensor or something, but it's just a design feature. It's just kind of like a clear, polished segment above the G-Shock logo. It serves no purpose. Whenever you're doing the EL automatic backlight, the solar panel inside detects when light is hitting the watch, and there's a little, I guess, accelerometer inside the watch, so when you tilt it, it knows to turn that light on. So anyways, that's pretty cool. What else? Anyway, let's go ahead and go through the features here. If you want to change this bottom display to show a different time zone, you just click up here. If I can click it. There you go. Now that's going to show Tokyo time, which I think is what, 12 hours ahead of us or 13 hours ahead of us. That's Tokyo time. Click it back. That shows your date and your day of the week. And then let's just go ahead and cycle through everything. So there's your basically your home screen, your home display. All right, that's your world time. That's what time it is in Tokyo. And notice there's a date change because they're, what, 13 hours ahead of us, I said? All right, there's your alarm. Now, if you want to cycle through the alarms, I think you do it down, either up here or down there. Hold on, see if I can find it. That turns the alarm on or off, the individual alarms. And then this one, kind of hard to configure this here. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, and then a snooze alarm. right there. And then back to, I think, the regular. Oh, there's your signal. It's an hourly time signal. You can turn that on or off. You've seen that a million times. Whenever, especially G-Shocks, whenever they strike the hour, like 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, it'll just do a little beep. And that's what that's for. Okay? So now you're back to the regular alarm. Let's go here. There's your stopwatch. There's your timer. And now you're back to regular timekeeping. Now, of course, your adjust button, depending on what screen you're in, your adjust button adjusts everything. Let's go ahead and click that. There you go. So now you can change your home display to whatever time you want. I've currently got it at NYC, New York City, because I'm on the East Coast. Up or down. See? If I can get it to push. These things are kind of hard to push. So you go Chicago, Mexico, somewhere, Denver. Anyway, let's go back to NYC. All right. Now go through the rest of the modes here. Okay, that's your daylight savings time, on or off, or auto, I believe. Your 12 or 24-hour format. Now you can manually set the time. Now this will automatically get the time through the atomic signal up to 6 times a day. More than likely, it's going to be most successful after about 12 o'clock at night, 12 o'clock a.m. in the morning, with the watch in a window facing towards Colorado. So if you're on the West Coast, you want to face the watch east at a 45-degree angle in a window. If you're on the East Coast, you want to face the watch west at a 45-degree angle in a window, and it'll pick up that time signal after about 12 o'clock. I have my Rangeman does it religiously at 1:04 in the morning every single night, and it's not even near a window, which is really cool. Now, some of y'all, your success with that is going to vary depending on where you are, your altitude, all those other different factors. So don't take that as gospel, but it's worked for me for, I don't know, 4 or 5 years now. Anyway, so there you go, changing the time, hour, minute, and then the year, yada, yada, yada. There you go. So let's go ahead and get back to that. Now, here's another thing I want to show you. If you want to manually try to do an atomic reception, first of all, click the button down here. It's going to show you the last time that the watch successfully did that. And I think this was on the 13th, which was what, yesterday? So it's going to show you the last time it's going to say get, it actually means the last time it got the atomic reception. So there you go. 3:13 at 1:08 in the morning is the last time it got it. Now I'm going to initiate a manual receive. And what I'm doing is I'm holding the button in. Now you're going to see where it says RC, which means receive. You're going to see the little satellite LCD icon lighting up. And then you're going to see the level of the signal that's receiving. I think it's up to a level 3 or 4. Right now it's very weak. It's only at level 1. So I'm 99% sure this thing is not going to receive reception. Just because I'm indoors, I'm not near a window. It's in the middle of the day. There's tons of radio traffic all over the atmosphere right now. So there's just no way this thing is going to receive. And when it doesn't receive, it'll say error at the bottom. And you know that it tried. So let's go ahead and just let it do its thing here for just a minute. And then if it takes longer than that, I'll just speed up the video until we get the error message, because I know it's going to error out. Yep, there you go. Well, there you go. So it didn't get it. So what it's going to try to do during the day, it'll try to get that reception. But again, it's going to be most successful at night after 12 o'clock. All right, so there you go. Now let's go ahead and kill the studio light and the monitor. And let me show you this Lume and its little trick. Anybody familiar with G-Shocks knows what this is going to be. All right, let's go ahead and press the Lume manually. There's your electroluminescent backlight. Really good. Does the job well. Now, if you're wearing the watch and you have the auto EL function on, tilt the watch 15 degrees. Boom, there it goes. And it turns on for you. Now, you can also set it to display for 1 second or 3 seconds. There is no 2 seconds, funnily enough. I don't know why. But either 1 second or 3 seconds. I've got it set for 3 seconds and the auto EL function. So there you go. One more time. There you go. And if you notice, you really do have to kind of view this LCD pretty straight on to be able to see it. It's not one of those, new and improved LCDs where they have a much wider viewing angle. But, just for average everyday wear, I mean, you can really see it from here to really about there, I guess. Anyway, so there you go. Let's go ahead and try this thing on. I still can't believe this thing is only $66, man. It's just crazy. All right, let's go try this thing on. Again, strap is kind of stiff. I mean, it is brand new. And there you go. Again, not going to win any, design awards for originality, that's for sure. But good looking enough. And again, for what you get, man, gosh, just maybe the best deal I have found in a very, very long time. Now, like I said earlier, there are 3 different versions of this. I'll put all 3 links to those on Amazon. So if you want the, the IP coated version, the all black, or you want the stainless steel bracelet version, you can go out there and get one. But if you're looking just for, best bang for buck, the 500A-1, which is this one, really is your best deal. And I swear I think this is metal, man. Now, they say that the IP coated, what is it, the 530A is IP coated. I don't know why they would IP coat plastic. I mean, guys, correct me if I'm wrong, but I really think this is a metal case. It just feels like metal, man. I don't know. Anyway, but if y'all know for sure, please let me know. Say something in the comment section. I'm trying to think of anything else that I might want to tell you about this thing. Anyway, again, like I said, it's $66 over on Amazon. I'll put all the other links for all the other models down in the description field if you want to get one. And guys, that's really about, oh, I'm sorry. Also, make sure you like and subscribe. Make sure you click that notification bell. All of us YouTubers really, really appreciate this. Appreciate it when you do that. We really do. And guys, again, that's been about it for this one. This has been the G-Shock 200 meter atomic solar quartz. And this particular model is GWM500A-1. Go out there and get yourself one. Get a recent graduate one. Get a soldier going into the military one. Perfect watch for somebody just out of basic training. I mean, the perfect watch. Male or female, doesn't make a difference. Fantastic watch. It takes a huge beating. I mean, it's even got the G-Shock toughness and shock resistance, all for $66. Get one of these watches, guys. You won't forget it. Anyway, until the next review, I'll see y'all later. Take care. Bye-bye.